The area is Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. The Republicans back Egan Jr. against Democrat Rendell. The current Democratic Mayor Goode has invited both the candidates to the one-year anniversary of the One Meridian Fire. But first, let's look back at the campaign season.
With the one-year anniversary of the One Meridian Plaza Fire coming up, we remember the event that touched many lives in a city of brotherly love.
Over the next few weeks, the Alden All-Day News team will be following the candidates running for mayor. We will find out what exactly their opinion is on this event and what they may do in the future to prevent such tragedies.
Coming up next, myself and Lyndsy will be getting up close and personal with the mayoral candidates. Hi, I'm Paige and I'm here with Josephina Egan, who is a Republican nominee for mayor of Philadelphia. Ms. Egan, how do you think the upcoming memorial of the One Meridian Plaza Fire is affecting your current campaign?
Although the One Meridian Fire was many months ago, it is still fresh in the minds of all voters and is a real issue that needs to be addressed. My opponent and I may disagree on how to address the issue, but our concern for the people of Philadelphia remains our top priority.
What type of issues would you address?
Inspections were not thorough enough, or not conducted at all. Too many corners were cut while following codes, renovations failed to be implemented, and far too many ill-informed decisions were made.
When you say that corners were cut, what exactly do you mean? And how did they affect the issue of the fire?
Well, Paige, people of the One Meridian Fire technically did follow the code. Smoke detectors were to be placed in common areas and exits. One Meridian interpreted this part of the code as to only require smoke detectors at exits. If this would have been inspected and reported, this event would have been stopped earlier. If I am elected, I will work harder to enforce the true meaning of the code. It is not something you can overlook. These are not merely guidelines and should not be treated as such.
You said earlier that the inspections of the building were not thorough enough. Could you explain more about that and maybe comment on how it could be handled better in the future?
The inspector's job was to make sure the building was up to code. Many fire issues were neglected, as well as emergency situation preparedness. One issue was the backup generator. One Meridian had a backup power generator that was to be tested weekly. This had not been tested in 4 months before the fire. When it was tested, they encountered problems common to this generator. After fixing it, it was never tested under the proper conditions. In the future, we need to enforce the role of fire safety inspectors concerning these sort of issues. Reports on the regular testing of the building system will be required, and failure to complete these reports will result in fines.
Who do you personally feel is at fault for the One Meridian Fire?
I cannot pinpoint the blame on one single person or party of people.
Fair enough. Well, thank you for your time and good luck with your current campaign.
Thank you.
For now, this is Paige Turner with Alden All Day News. Follow us up this week as we meet up with the Democratic nominee Ed Rendell and learn his position on these important issues. See you then.
Hello, Philadelphia. I'm Lyndsy Doyle here with Democratic nominee Ed Rendell. Earlier this week, we met with Republican nominee Josephina Egan and spoke to her about the one-year anniversary of the One Meridian Fire and its effects on her campaign. Mr. Rendell, how is the upcoming anniversary affecting your campaign?
First off, I would like to thank you for the chance to share my view of the One Meridian Fire with the people of Philadelphia and the chance to express my concern for their future.
Well, thank you for taking the time to meet with me. So, how is this affecting your campaign?
I believe this tragedy has taught us that we need to stress the importance of fire safety in our city, Lyndsy, and has shown us that this is not something to be disregarded. Through my campaign, I have stressed this issue and will continue to do so if I am elected.
So you're saying this issue has bettered your campaign?
I don't intend to belittle the situation, but the safety of our city has been threatened, and we need to be more vigilant about fire safety. I believe I am the person for the job.
What will you do to prevent further fires like this?
Well, I will insist on there being updated fire suppression systems in all our city's buildings. The people of Philadelphia work hard to enforce codes and to inspect our buildings. One Meridian was granted a variance in order to allow them to install sprinklers as the building was renovated. If the owner of One Meridian had encouraged a more rapid timeline of renovations, this misfortune could have been avoided.
You say you will insist on more updated systems. What timeline are we looking at for these updates, and what exactly do you think needs stressed?
Well, these updates are the utmost priority and will be in motion as soon as possible, if I am elected. I believe that updating smoke detectors, fire alarms, and fire suppression systems needs emphasizing. I also plan to appoint a team of experts to increase the level of new technology in the field of fire safety.
Won't that cost taxpayers more money?
Lyndsy, you cannot put a price on the safety and well-being of the citizens of Philadelphia.
Well, thank you for joining us, Mr. Rendell. Catch up with us next time as we interview locals and get the candidates' opinion on their real-life issues.
Hello, I'm Trina Woods with Alden All Day News, and I'm here with Ayee to get her opinion on the One Meridian Fire's effects on this city and how she thinks that the mayor should address these issues. So, how were you affected by the fire?
Well, I work close to One Meridian and used to stop at the small businesses around the building every day, such as the cute coffee shop. Because of the fire, the shops had to close down. It makes my mornings less cheery for me and those who I saw there every day. I want the new mayor to fix this. I need my coffee in the morning. I want it back. How else am I going to survive the day?
I don't know, I just don't know. But Tim Burr is with Republican candidate Josephina Egan. Tim?
Yes, Trina. I'm here with candidate Egan. How are you going to change this? How are you going to better the economic status of the community?
Well, I plan to promote the starting of new businesses in the community and the rebuilding of businesses that suffered from the fire. With the renewal of commerce, the revenue from the city will rebound back to what it was before the devastating event.
Candidate Egan, please join us tomorrow as we continue interviewing citizens.
I am here with Mr. William Dink to discuss his thoughts on the One Meridian fire.
Please call me Bill.
Okay, Bill, what are your thoughts?
I want to know when they're going to fix up that eyesore of a block. I mean, how are they going to fix that? Are they going to charge me higher taxes? Because I don't want to pay for something that was beyond my control.
So are you saying you're more concerned with an increase in taxes or the aesthetic appeal of the building?
Both. I think they should fix how it looks and not by charging me higher taxes.
Okay, well now we send you to Tim Burr, who's with Democratic candidate Ed Rendell. Tim?
Thank you, Trina. I'm here with Mr. Rendell. Mr. Rendell, how are you going to address Mr. Ding's concerns about the high taxes and the destroyed building?
Well, I believe the city of Philadelphia will benefit from the renovation of One Meridian Plaza. If I'm elected, I will encourage the owners to revamp One Meridian and the surrounding area. I will also discourage the usage of taxpayer money unless it's absolutely necessary.
Well, what do you mean by absolutely necessary?
Well, that is unknown at the moment, but when the decision is made, full disclosure will be given to the public.
Well, I guess we ran out of time for today, but thanks for watching our political coverage about the One Meridian fire. I am Trina Woods with Alden All Day News. Catch you later with the latest news regarding the election. Hello, I am here with Mrs. Doris Schutte to find out her concerns regarding the One Meridian fire and how she wants her new mayor to address her concerns. Mrs. Schutte?
My name is Mrs. Doris Schutte. Or Stepper.
I do apologize, ma'am, but what are your concerns?
Well, my first concern would be the firemen. Those poor young men went through hell fighting that fire. So many of our city's resources went into fighting it. And who pays for that? It ain't coming out of my Social Security.
You make a very good point, Mrs. Schutte. We now go to Tim Burr with Republican candidate Josephina Egan to get her opinion on this issue.
Thank you, Trina. Miss Egan, how do you feel about Mrs. Schutte's concerns? We were also told that the fire caused $4 billion in civil damage claims. With 19 hours of fighting, 316 people, and 77 engine companies. How does that make you feel?
Tim, I think Ms. Schutte makes a very good point. And to Ms. Schutte's concern, it is improbable that these costs will come out of her Social Security. The firemen of our city put their lives on the line for us. And as far as the amount of money and time that was spent, it's no exaggeration to say that it will take a long time to pull off. Hopefully in the future, by preventing these types of fires, we will also be able to avoid the costs of fighting them. The city should not have to spend money on something that could have been prevented in the first place.
Thank you for joining us over the last week. We hope that this information gave you a better understanding of the candidates and will aid you in your journey to the polls.
Please join us next week as we go in depth on engineering economic analysis.
Good night, Philadelphia.
I'm glad so many have come to this memorial. We are here to remember the tragic event of the One Meridian Plaza Fire. As we all know, the fire was a devastating event to our city, but we have persevered to become stronger in the end. At the time of the fire, our city band together and stood as one, and coming together wasn't so easy. Now, we are here to remember the events of that day, remember the firemen that were lost, and to strive for a better future. Today, the two candidates have come together to set aside their differences and join forces, just as we did on that tragic day. I would like to present both mayoral candidates who have been asked to address the city tonight. Thank you, Mayor Goode.
would like to make a bipartisan address to the citizens of Philadelphia. We are aware that the events that occurred 1 year ago at the One Meridian Plaza have had a great impact on the entire city, both emotionally and physically.
We are aware that you are wondering what we will do to protect you from another such fire. We promise that whichever of us you elect will give due attention to the problem of fires in the city. We will be sure current codes are followed.
We will rebuild the economy and city of Philadelphia. We will be sure to protect the citizens of this city from future disasters.